This video is for class 2.
Everyone, I hope you all are doing well. I welcome you back to the video class of St. Joseph's Academy, Ghaziabad. Children, in the last video we have completed the poem The Swing, and in today's video we will be starting a new chapter, Fix It Fareeda. So children, this story is about a 7-year-old girl, Fareeda. She enjoys fixing things. And children, when the things get destroyed, how do you get them fixed? Yes, we take help from someone. And when you are sick, where do you go? You go to a doctor. Similarly, for example, if the pipe in your kitchen starts to leak, where do you go? Yes, we call a plumber to fix that. So children, before starting the story, let us quickly look at this activity. Here we have a list of things. So what do you do when your car gets damaged? You go to a mechanic. Then if the bulb is not working properly, what do? You call an electrician. And if the pipe starts leaking, what do? You call a plumber. So we will match car with mechanic, bulb with electrician, and pipe, this leaking pipe, with plumber. Now children, we cannot always do these things by ourselves. We cannot repair them. So we take help from the people who are special, who know how to repair these things. So let us start reading the story. So this story is about a girl who enjoys fixing things. So here we will read a story about a 7-year-old girl, Fareeda. So children, look into your book. Let's come to page number 126. Fareeda is 7 years old. She is good at fixing things like pencil boxes, toy cars, and doll houses. She even fixed a leaky tap. So children, this story is about a 7-year-old girl, Fareeda. She is good at fixing things. She likes to fix things. She likes repairing things. And what are the things that she has repaired? The things are pencil boxes, toy cars, doll houses. In fact, she has fixed a leaky tap. And she also wants to fix a light fuse. But her father tells her not to do that now. So, she wants to fix light fuses, but her father says that she has to first grow up a bit, then she can fix the light fuse also. Now next line. Her older brother Amin often breaks a toy. So her brother Amin, he breaks a toy and then he comes to Fareeda and says, "Fix it, Fareeda." So then he just says, "Fix it, Fareeda." And Fareeda does not mind. In fact, she likes it. So, now we will move to the second paragraph. Fareeda lives in the large village of Valim in Goa. So, where does she live? She lives in Valim, which is in Goa. Her neighbor, Bosco, is a clever carpenter. So, who is a neighbor? The one who lives near our house. So, Fareeda has a neighbor. His name is Bosco and he is a clever carpenter. Children, do you know who is a carpenter? Yes, a carpenter is a person who makes things using wood. So, her neighbor Bosco is a clever carpenter. He has a workshop in his garage. So, this Bosco, he is a carpenter and he has a workshop. Workshop means the place where he repairs or where he makes things. So he has a workshop in his garage, and garage is a place where we keep our cars. So Bosco repairs things in the garage. Now we will move to the next page. Fareeda watches him work. So what does Fareeda do? Fareeda goes to Bosco's garage, his workshop, and she watches him work. She watches how he is working. So Fareeda watches him work. She asks him many questions. Bosco is happy to answer them. So when Fareeda watches Bosco working, she asks him many questions and Bosco is very happy to answer them. Okay. So he has taught her to hit a nail smartly without hitting her hand. Now Bosco has taught Fareeda how to hit a nail without hurting her hand, and she is so quick to learn. She can easily learn that. So he says, "You are very quick to learn, Fareeda." So here we have learned that Fareeda is a 7-year-old girl. She likes to fix things, and she has fixed a pencil box, a dollhouse, a leaky tap, and she even wants to fix light fuses. But her father says not to fix them now, but you can fix them when you grow up. So there is a neighbor. So Fareeda has a neighbor named Bosco. He is a carpenter, and Fareeda often visits him and sees him, watches him work. So she has learned how to fix a nail. Now children, we will move to the next part. One evening, her mother found Fareeda sobbing in the garden. Children, sobbing means crying noisily. So when you get hurt, you start crying, you start sobbing. Similarly, one evening, Fareeda was sobbing in the garden. So one evening, her mother found Fareeda sobbing in the garden with her dog Foxy in her lap. And where was Foxy? Foxy was in Fareeda's lap. Foxy had fallen in a ditch and broken his leg. So children, what had happened? Foxy, Fareeda's dog, had fallen in a ditch. Now, do you know what is a ditch? Yes, a ditch is a channel at the side of the road or a field from where water moves forward. So Foxy had fallen into a ditch and he had broken his leg. Now let us see what happens next. Fareeda had bandaged it, but Foxy could not walk. So when Foxy fell down, Fareeda bandaged his leg, but he was not able to walk. And Fareeda feels very sad. She says, "I cannot fix it," and she begins to cry. So her mother says, "We cannot fix everything that goes wrong. So everything that is damaged, that is not working properly, we cannot fix that. Sometimes there are special people who help us to do that." So sometimes there are some special people who helps us to fix these things. Now Fareeda's mother says, "A vet could very well fix Foxy's leg." So she tells her that a vet could easily fix Foxy's leg. So children, let us see what does Fareeda say now. Fareeda says, "What is a vet?" W-E-T. So, does it live in water? So she asks her mother, "Does the vet live in water?" And she says, "No," and she begins to laugh. So children, why do you think Fareeda's mother was laughing? Yes, she was laughing because Fareeda confused the word doctor that treats animals. And Fareeda thought a vet. So she asks a question, does it live in water? So her mother begins to laugh and she tells her, a vet is spelled with the letter V, not W. And vet is short for veterinary doctor. So children, who is a vet? A vet is a veterinary doctor. A doctor for animals. The doctor who treats animals when they are ill. They went to the vet. So they went to the vet. Now we will move to the next paragraph. Dr. Rita, the vet, was kind and gentle with Foxy. So who is the vet? See children, in this picture you can see a doctor. She is a vet. Now can you see Foxy here? So Dr. Rita, the vet, was kind and gentle with Foxy. So she was very kind and gentle with Foxy. In no time at all, she bandaged Foxy's leg. And in no time, very quickly, she bandaged his leg. She carefully placed Foxy on the ground. Then she carefully picks him up and keeps him on the ground. Foxy stood still. The first, Foxy was standing. It was not moving. So Foxy stood still and then slowly limped. Children, limp means to walk slowly. So we know that Foxy's leg was broken, so he could not move properly. So he slowly limped. Limp means walking with difficulty because of hurting one's foot. When you hurt yourself, when you hurt your leg, you have pain and you have problem in walking. Similarly, here also, Foxy could not walk properly. So he limped slowly. So Foxy stood still and then slowly limped forward to lick Dr. Rita's hand. So he moves forward and licks Dr. Rita's hand. Fareeda looked in wonder. She turned to her mother and said, "Can I be a vet too?" So Fareeda was surprised and she asks her mother, "Can I be a vet too? Can I also become a vet?" So her mother says, "Yes, you can certainly be a vet. Yes, you can also become a vet." Now we will move to the next page. Now Foxy is much better. So now Foxy has improved. If Fareeda throws a ball and says, "Fetch the ball," Foxy runs easily to fetch it. So now Foxy is well, he can walk properly now. And when Fareeda tells him to fetch the ball, to bring the ball, he runs easily to fetch it. So he runs and brings the ball. And then Fareeda says, "What a good boy you are. You are a good boy." So now children, till here we know that Foxy is well now. He can walk properly, but Fareeda often visits Dr. Rita. Why do you think she goes to Dr. Rita again and again? Yes. So let us see here. She watches her and helps her. So we know that Fareeda likes to fix things. Yes, she has fixed a pencil box or doll house, then a leaky tap. So she visits Dr. Rita and she watches her at work. She watches how she is doing the work and she helps her. So Dr. Rita tells Fareeda that you will make a good vet, Fareeda. You take care for animals and you are good at fixing things. So she tells Fareeda that you will make a good vet, you will become a good veterinary doctor. Why? Because you take care of the animals and you are also good at fixing things. Now children, what do you think? Fareeda forgotten her neighbor Bosco the carpenter? No. She still goes there every Sunday afternoon. So, Fareeda goes there every Sunday afternoon because she likes to fix things. And her father says, make time for everything you love to do. And her father tells Fareeda that you should take out time for doing the things that you love. And Fareeda does. So children, we also should do the things that we love to do. If you like to play, you should take out time for that and try to play or to discover new things. So here in this chapter, we have learned that we should always try to do the things that we love and practice them. So children, this was the end of the chapter. I hope you have understood this chapter. Now, as your homework, you have to write down the word meaning in your book. So write down the homework. Learn and write word meaning of chapter number 12 in your copy. So children, you have to write the word meanings of this chapter in your copy. See you in another video. Till then, keep learning and be safe. Thank you everyone.